You're now back to your meditation for your bi-weekly forecast for the next 2 weeks. This was recorded on May 19th. This is for the full moon that just passed, but not limited to that. If you are seeing this right now, there's probably a message in it for you. So you can start taking a couple of deep breaths. Tell your body that you're okay. That it's safe for you to tap into your intuition, get out of survival mode, closing your eyes if you need to, or you can just soften your gaze. Grounding yourself, connecting yourself, coming to a neutral position, a neutral state of mind, releasing the day, releasing the week, the month. And now you can slowly look at the cards and see which pile attracts you the most. It could be the colors, the positions, it could be the stones that are placed on each card. Doesn't have to be anything strong, it could be just a gentle nudge, a pile that you keep looking at. And once you're ready, you can look at the timestamps and go to your pile directly. Let's do this. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time to your bi-weekly Tarot Pick a Card reading. You have chosen the Pyrite. This stone is all about abundance. You might be manifesting abundance. You might have already manifested your abundance. But generally, I just took these stones just to see if it would help with the whole choosing of the pile. You have picked the pile with magnesites. We'll look at the details after. The way I go, it's always what we need to know, where is it all going. Then we finalize it with oracles, but I also begin with the archetype. If I'm not mistaken, this time I did 2. I did what we need to know. What is the overall energy, the archetype of the next 2 weeks, and the main focus, the main action to take. So that's new. So we'll start with that. So you have awareness, which is the Hierophant in the original tarot cards, for the overall energy, for the archetype, but it's in reverse, meaning, oh no, sorry, it's not awareness. It is the Magician card. The action to take is the Sun, but we'll get to that. The next 2 weeks will be really for you to play around with your manifestation. So you've already been manifesting, you've already been planting the seeds, and you've been practicing. You've been on this journey of practicing. This is probably something that you do on a daily basis. Maybe it's something that you want to teach eventually, but you're kind of blocked right now. And I'm gonna get a sense that there's like this ongoing cycle, because I have the infinity sign over here that is really taking my attention. So there's an ongoing cycle that you need to break, or there's a cycle that needs to be healed. So you probably know what I'm talking about already. It has something to do with maybe meditation. Maybe you've been trying to do this meditation gig and it hasn't been really working out, or you start and you fall off the bandwagon. I'm really feeling like the next 2 weeks for you, meditation is going to be number 1. I feel like it's going to open up a channel over here on your crown chakra. And I feel like it's going to open up your eyes on a lot of things that you were inquiring about, a lot of things that you've questioned about life, about yourself, about your situations. the best way to actually use meditation is to go in it with with an intention. So if your intent could be to know something about a situation that you're inquiring about, a relationship that you're inquiring about, just to go with, like, just set an intention of the meditation and see what comes up. Normally it's with symbolism, but sometimes if you're clairauditive or clairvisual, you might actually get words or phrases or visions. Yeah, this is the overall energy for the next 2 weeks. So for you to really, really unblock and break certain cycles through meditation. That's gonna be number one. And the best course of action to take for you, my group ones, is the Sun card, which is like the most positive Sun card, like the most positive card that you can get. So for you, is really to stick with your bliss, follow your bliss, what makes you happy. Get rid of all the drama, or at least don't engage in it. When drama starts occurring, just walk away. When drama starts occurring or somebody starts gossiping, you say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot I need to feed my cat or something. Don't engage in it, as little as possible, and move forward with the stuff that makes you happy. When you're done work, don't keep talking about work if you don't like it. Go do a hobby for at least an hour or two to really start grounding yourself and really focusing on the manifestation that you want to bring, right? Once we detach of what we want and just follow our bliss, we are an open channel to receive everything, because now our vibrations are higher. Let's go to the cards. So you have Empress in reverse, the King of Swords, and we have the Magician in reverse again. We have a double Magician in reverse. This is not nothing. Oh my God. And we even have the Sun card. And where this is all going again. Like, I've never seen this happen before, actually. Well, also because I never really did it this way. Wow. Okay. Now, for some of you, I feel like you've been always getting this message in terms of the King of Swords. There's a person in your life that's more in their head than not, than esoteric, or like somebody's kind of questioning you about this whole manifesting game, this magical world that we live in. He's just someone who's really in their head, very structured. And this has kind of unbalanced you and keeps unbalancing you. And it could actually be the reason why you haven't been manifesting the things that you've been wanting to manifest. Now, it doesn't matter, because this is just going to strengthen your abilities to manifest, to strengthen your abilities to stay connected, strengthen your abilities of grounding. If you didn't have this person, you would not be able to master this. So take a moment of gratitude, light a candle, and say, you know what? It has been easy, but I am grateful that I'm going through this, because once I have achieved and closed this cycle, once I have achieved being shaken by this person or this situation, I'm gonna be unfazed by anything. Like, that's how powerful you're gonna become. But you need to have this kind of obstacle in front of you for you to grow above it, right? So this is a situation right now, and I'm saying we always, for some reason, the last couple of bi-weekly pick-a cards, we've had this card, even with the Empress, if I'm not mistaken, in reverse quite a few times. It doesn't matter. All I do know is that we have the Empress in reverse and we have the Magician in reversed. That is literally side by side. And the Empress is the ultimate abundance card. the ultimate abundance card, but she's in reverse here. And then you have the Magician, which I already explained what it was. There's the infinity sign again, this cycle that needs to be broken. Almost like you need to step on this cycle and just break it already. It's like you've been resisting for so long. There's a piece of the puzzle. I feel like this piece of the puzzle is just your acceptance of the situation. If you just accept what is, there is possibility of something different to occur, some newfound information to come in, or at least the acceptance of newfound information to come in. Now, where this is all going is very positive because you have the Sun card, which is the absolute most positive card in the whole tarot deck. But it also means like that sacred yes card, meaning that yes, you're going to grow above it. Yes, you're going to find all your heart's desires. That's what I'm feeling here. You have the Ace of Emotions, the Ace of Cups right next to it, going towards where this is all heading. And this is like a newfound love. I'm really sensing it's like a newfound love for yourself. I feel like the missing piece here and the whole reason this person has come into your life has been for you to find that inner worth, that self-love, and start overflowing from that self-love. Like giving from that overflow of that self-love. Does that make sense? You do have the Two of Cups over here in reverse, right after the Magician. It still might be a little shaky in the next 2 weeks, but I can't say that I'm feeling the end of it because it really depends on how you decide to see yourself, how you decide to incorporate the self-worth. But as soon as you do, I feel like all this is going to make sense. I feel like all this to you is going to make complete sense. Your abundance is going to start coming in. And more importantly, I feel like you're going to start to be able to let go of this relationship or this situation. You see how there's mountains over here? It's like somebody told me yesterday, you only really appreciate the mountain, the peak of the mountain, after you actually struggled your way up. Like that whole, if you go physiologically, the whole adrenaline rush, the stress, the lack of oxygen, all that ends up just giving you this euphoria as soon as you hit the top, right? You can't have that euphoria if you haven't gone through that mountain, right? So this is a pretty straightforward reading, group one. Really straightforward. And again, like this, even this stone, this pyrite over here is very appropriate with these two cards, like these 4 cards that mean the same thing. I feel like there's going to be a lot of new friendships in your environment too, coming in. Not necessarily in the next 2 weeks, but I feel like there is going to be a newfound, like this newfound love and appreciation is just going to allow like-minded people into your environment. And it's going to feel good. Like I feel like you're going to feel finally good in your skin, in yourself, in your environment. Like you're just going to feel like yourself. And that's like that's the ultimate Sun card, right? The happiness. It's ruled by Leo, which is that inner child like happiness also. I feel like you're going to also start speaking your truth a little more. Like you're already doing it, but blue is the color of our throat chakra. You have a lot of blue over here, more blue over here. I feel like it's like it's going to be time for you to actually start speaking up, but in a way that you will be heard. But first things first, you need to forgive the situation and also see it for what it was, which is a beautiful opportunity for you to become the best version of yourself, the best manifester. of all your hearts and desires, because I really, really feel like this is what the situation is all about. There's definitely a transformation coming along. Let's see what our oracle cards have. Treasure Island. It literally means you're going to find your heart's desires within this treasure that you've been seeking for. This basically is the reading. This oracle card is the reading, and we're gonna read it so you actually believe me. It's over here. Like, I'm as much as I know nothing is a coincidence and you can't make this shit up, I still get, thrown off my feet. So, the first phrase, amazing. Treasure Island, the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the result of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortunes. The overall energy, overall message is you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered a map to buried treasure and tap the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spots, staying open, seeing, and that could be another message from here. If you're only focused on this ongoing cycle too, that you believe you need to just stop in its tracks, you're going to miss maybe your opportunities, right? Where was I? Because some of these, the ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shares multiplies like magic. We can read also the relationship message. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about ourselves and each other. Now is the time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. In this situation, I believe the lessons are actually the ones of you releasing attachments and you becoming a better version of yourself through the hardships, and also the new love that will be, what did it say here? It said, the romance blooming is the one that you have for yourself, okay? And then we can read the prosperity message. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you are in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others to generate generosity and gratitude should lead you now. I don't really think you needed all those extra, but it's still very nice and helpful to know. This is you have 2 affirmations. The first one is, I lead the best fucking life ever. And the description is, while you should always live your best life, what happens if you lead others to discover their best lives too? Your energies and positive momentums combined into abundance tornadoes, ripping through and destroying depression avenues, resistance city, and the almighty united procrastinations. Doing what you love bursts the divine through you, and helping others discover what they love bursts divinity throughout the galaxy. Generosity always shakes the tree of prosperity. You are born to lead the way. So again, following your bliss. The more you follow your bliss, the more you're going to inspire others to do the same, right? And the second affirmation is, I store in my body that which I seek. Wow, that is beautiful. If you've lost your marbles, have you checked your pockets? Texting everyone in your phone about how shitty you feel after pounding margaritas with your BFF, Blackout Becky, will only escalate the pity party for you and the unfortunate recipient of your complaints. Instead of channeling negative vibes to the peeps you love, slow down and focus on the support that you already have, like that fresh glass of hydrating water, the magic detox filter in your liver, or the hot rubber ducky bubble bath in your near future. When you take a ride on the pound down complaint train, you never end up where you want to go. You just might find your marbles if you look inside your heart. So this comes back into this ongoing cycle. This actually, now that I think about it, could actually be one of the cycles. The fact that you have a tendency of reaffirming your ongoing story, the victim story, that pity party story, where it feels good in the moment, but it's only generating a vortex, an energy that you're trying to actually, like, it's counterintuitive, is basically what I'm trying to say here. And your stone is magnesite, relaxation, purification, and visualization. So the vibrational frequency is 3. It's ruled by Aries. Affirmation is, my heart space is open with love and peace. Magnesite is a peaceful stone that enhances visualization and imagery. It opens the heart to receive love and helps with a positive attitude. It calms emotions and stress while helping overcome worry and irritability. There's also a flower associated with it, the gypsophila, baby's breath, love, purity, innocence. Maybe this is a stone that you can look into. Maybe this is one that you can practice your meditation with. So you can probably purchase it in your local stone shop. What else? Yeah, I would definitely suggest that you look into it a little more, even the pyrite too, just to see if there's any other messages out there from the stone that might be helpful. And you don't need to necessarily purchase. You can just visualize the stone being next to you, because the earth, how can I say it? These stones are everywhere, and you can tap into these stones anywhere around the planet. That's how powerful you are. So you don't necessarily have to purchase or have it near you, despite what others may be telling you. And that is it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section down below. And can't wait to just vibe with you guys again. We'll talk to you very soon. Ciao, my group ones. Hello, my group tubes. Welcome to your bi-weekly pick a card reading with yours truly, Katarina Lukin. That is I. And yeah, how about that eclipse season? I am recording this right now on May 19th. We had just passed our full moon. I believe it's in Scorpio. And it's eclipse season. I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling it. So I'm just going to explain a little bit of how I work. This is good for the next 2 weeks. It's not limited to this time and date. If there's a message here, if you're watching this right now, there's probably a message here for you at this very moment. I do what we need to know. Where is it all going? I have also the archetype, the overall energy of the next 2 weeks, which I usually start with. And this time around, I actually added what would be the main actions or the main focused action to take for the next 2 weeks also. Then I close it off with some oracles. You have chosen today the fire opal. I believe it's that. I know there's a fire in it. It's a really fiery kind of stone. So you've probably been feeling maybe a little more sexually intense. You've probably been feeling a more fiery, or this is maybe energies that you're trying to incorporate, right? You have also chose the jade stone in this card. We'll get to these shortly. So let's start right away with what we need to know. Actually, the overall energies. Balance in reverse. Whew. So balance is the justice. It's in the reverse. You've been probably feeling a little bit all over the place. You haven't been in a place of neutrality, or you haven't been really in a place of letting go of certain things. I feel like you've been holding on and you've been like overdoing it. Like when if somebody asks you to do something, you say yes all the time. You haven't really been, like, you're just scattered all over the place. For some reason, you think this is what you need to do. It makes you feel good in the moment. And then you have a tendency of just being like, why the hell did I do this? Why the fuck did I say yes? And this is kind of debalancing you from your purpose, but also from your goals. Or you don't even know what your goals are. So that's why you are just literally distracting yourself by saying yes and doing all these different things. You haven't come to that equilibrium yet because you do not have that focus. You do not have that vision for yourself, which it could be corrected. Absolutely. So this is like the overall energy for the next 2 weeks. For you, the next 2 weeks will be very important to start saying no to certain projects, outings, especially if it's with people that, are not in it for your best interest, or who are just at lower frequencies, who just want to go out just to make fun or to gossip about certain people at work or in your environments. So yeah, just saying no is going to be very important for the next 2 weeks, because if you don't, then you're going to feel this even stronger. Like it's going to be very, very, very intensified. Let's see. Whew. Oh yeah. For the card that it like intentioned for the focus action to take for the next 2 weeks is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Every queen that's in reverse just means that they're not aligned. They're not in the best place. And this is usually in regards to their suits. So, but they're all going to be, I'm trying to find like a nicer way to say it, but I won't be able to. I mean, they're all total bitches. Okay. So for you, especially with this balance card as the archetype, this lack of balance is going to be very important for you. And also I'm getting like self-care. You're going to really need to work on your self-care. Like that's going to be your top priority for the next 2 weeks. This is the top actions to take. It's all going to be self-care, and self-care will actually regulate this debalancement. And this self-care, if you put that and you prioritize that, it's going to be easier for you to say no. If you say no, my priority is me, my health, mental state, my physical state, my family also, because if you are not in a balanced state, then your whole environment, especially family related, is going to topsy-turvy and maybe crumble down. So it's super important for you for the next few weeks. Your main focus is self-care, because if you don't, you will not be able to handle the next challenges. You might actually go on a burnout. The Queen of Cups is all about emotions. So your emotions are just going to take over and you won't even know, like they're just going to be so overwhelmed that you're not going to, you're going to be so overwhelmed that you won't even be able to handle your kingdom, right? That's what the Queen of Cups is all about handling the kingdom of emotions, of relationships, and so on. So with that said, let's get to your tarot cards right away. Another Sun card. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Sun card. Knight of Inspiration, Four of Swords, and then the Queen of Inspiration, meaning the Queen of, excuse me, Wands. So what we need to know right now. So what we need to know right now is that with the Seven of Pentacles, all the seeds that you have planted are starting to blossom. It is a time for you, like you've been really enjoying just you've been just very grateful of everything that's been happening. The only thing right now is that you might feel like there's not enough money coming your way, or that it's taking a long time before there's actual some money coming in. But you still have hope. Like with the Sun card, I still see that you are still very optimistic, still very positive, and things are gonna come. Like things are on its way. I almost feel like you're showing off a little bit. Not in a bad way, more in a way of like, here I am, this is what I do, this is what I'm doing, and you're really like getting really comfortable in this red polka dot suit like we see here. You're really getting comfortable in this role that you've decided that you will undergo and undertake, which is amazing because I see your confidence is blooming. You are just feeling like yourself a little more. So despite the imbalances and everything, despite being scattered, you're still handling yourself really, really well here. Now, where does this all going? Where does this all going is beautiful because you have the Queen of Wands over here at the end of these 3 card readings. The only thing is that you're probably going to have a lack of inspiration. You're probably going to feel like you're not heading anywhere. And also in terms of like being creative with your work or getting inspired in some ways, you're going to feel like you're not in the zone. And I feel like this is going to be more towards the second week. I feel like the first week is still going to be relatively great. It's really going to hit you the second week. So it's going to be, again, super important to rest and rejuvenate. I really suggest a spa. I'm seeing spa over here. We have a new moon coming up also. So you getting in preparation of setting new intentions will really require you to lay the groundwork of being your best self, being as grounded and as aligned and in tune. And for that, you're going to need to do the self-care that I was mentioning. But more importantly, the self-care is going to result in you actually resting and being in tune for the next things that are going to come your way. And the next things that are coming your way is really incredible. Like the sense of inspiration that you're going to get, the sense of optimism and moving forward. It's ruled by fire, right? So all the fire signs, we always see them, they're a little more flamboyant, but also very focused and go-getters at what they want to do. And you've going to accomplish this beautiful feminine energy of this very fiery being. I have a friend that has been picking a lot of stones. So if you're watching this right now, this is definitely the group for you. If you had any doubts, you know who you are. because of the pyramids. Something really fast is going to come your way too, I believe, because you have the cheetah over here. So as soon as you start incorporating rest and especially self-care, I feel like something very like you're gonna move very quickly. There's going to be an opportunity for you to go beyond your capabilities and move forward with your projects, and it's going to come fast. Let's see what the oracles have to say. Building blocks. You're literally setting the foundation right now. So that's why you might feel like you're scattered all over the place, because you feel like you need to do a lot of things on the same time to accomplish and to stabilize this foundation. But in reality, it's really like a push and pull. It's you go, but then you have to rest. Then you go, and then you have to rest. It's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles is like one of the slowest pentacles in the Knights, and it's ruled by money, abundance, right? So you want a steady stream of income, a steady stream of abundance coming your way. And to do that, you're setting a very, very solid foundation. So I'm going to read the general message. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your value, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So that sums it up pretty well. In addition to that, your affirmation is, I am willing to let my life explode with greatness. You have unlimited potential to attract all the goodies you've ever dreamed of into your life. The opportunity is so big, it's scary. Our powers are beyond our comprehension, so we create securities, blocks, and obstacles to give us a greater sense of control. Every limitation you experience is there because you allow it to exist. There is comfort in not pushing yourself to be all you can. Everything you've ever wanted also wants you. Will you allow a meeting of the magic? As our friend Sarah Sittleman always asked, how good are you willing to let it get? That's very interesting. How good are you willing to let it get? That's another thing too that could be hovering around right now. It's how did he put it? Is being afraid of your own success, right? Maybe you're keeping yourself busy because one, you believe that's what you need to do to be successful, which is also a limiting belief, or two, you're actually afraid of your own success, or you're keeping yourself busy. Let me know if that makes sense. And then your stone card is Jade, stability, prosperity, so much prosperity over here, and harmony. The vibrational number is 5. Astrological sign is Libra. My life is fulfilled with abundance. Jade is a symbol of serenity and purity with a loving and nurturing energy. This stone protects the weary from harm and brings in harmony. It helps release negative thoughts and stimulates ideas and dreams. The herb associated with it is Taraxacum, is the dandelion, prosperity, harmony, perseverance. This is something that you can actually work with. You can work with the stone, maybe purchase one, do more research on it. You don't necessarily have to purchase it. You can just visualize it and connect with all the stones, the jade stones that are all over the earth. We tend to forget that we are all connected and that you don't actually need a physical object, right? So you can just call upon it, call upon its properties without necessarily having it. And that's all I have for you for my group 2s. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comment section down below if this has resonated. Love seeing these comments. It gets me to do more of these beautiful readings, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. Ciao. Hello, my group 3s. Finally, we get to you. It took me a little while to actually finish up this bi-weekly pick a card reading. Hello, welcome. My name is Katarina Lukin, and you have now accessed the bi-weekly pick a card reading for the next 2 weeks. So how I operate is I usually do the overall energy of the next 2 weeks, what we need to know and where is it all going. What else do you need to know? Yeah, these are good for the next 2 weeks, starting from whenever you watch it. I recorded this for a little shortly after the full moon in May, our first one in Scorpio after the eclipse seasons. Hopefully everybody's doing good. But it's not limited to that. Energy has no boundaries. So whenever you're watching this is probably exactly the right time for you to watch this, right? So you have chosen the Sunstone, the raw version. This tells me that you're in need of some sunshine or you are the sunshine. Definitely look into the Sunstone properties to get a little more information. I'm not going to read the stone right now. I just want to dive in right away. So I added an extra card actually for this time around. And yeah, I forgot to mention that I finish off with some oracles. So we're going to go with the overall energy of the next 2 weeks. And then I picked a card for where should your main focus be for the next 2 weeks as well. So first we'll start with this. Rejoice in celebration. So this is the Three of Cups, but it's in reverse. So this is telling me that the overall energy for you is going to be one of... I'm kind of feeling a sense of like turmoil, feeling the sense of you don't feel like you're having much fun lately. And the next 2 weeks is going to be, to kind of like, I feel like it's going to be a very productive week for you. It's going to be like work, 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 work. But on the same time, you don't want to lose yourself in your work either. I feel that there might be rifts in relationships as well. You probably already felt it. I feel like there has been certain people that are just not vibing the same way. You've probably outgrown them, or they're just not in the same level, like in terms of like life goals and purposes. I'm really curious to see what your best course of action, just to see if this coincides. So with all that, it's going to be very important for you to celebrate your winnings also. So it's just beautiful how these two cards just fell together. So you have the Three of Cups, which represents celebration, partnerships, celebrating your wins with good friends and people that you can trust. And then over here with the one action that you need to take, you have the Four of Wands, which literally represents celebration. So it could be a wedding, it could be a coming together. It could be you celebrating, you coming together with your higher self. All I know that because your Three of Cups is in reverse, I feel like there's going to be some rifts. There's going to be some things that are going to be shattering in the next 2 weeks. But also on the same time, it's going to be very important for you to celebrate, not to get caught up in the everyday mundane, not get caught up in work. Go out, have a drink. If you drink, even if it's just a mocktail, just get out of your bubble, get out of your zone, and really celebrate your winnings, especially here, especially with this, the best course of action to take. It's really about, like, if you're getting invited to a wedding, don't say no. Go for it. Go celebrate these people that are in your life that you actually appreciate, if that's the case. Make time to have a ritual, even if it's small, to be like, you know what? I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine, or I'm gonna have that Starbucks latte or that special tea that makes me happy because I deserve it this week. I've been working hard, and it kind of goes. I feel like the overall energy is pretty similar to all three groups. It's like you need to learn how to celebrate your winnings, but more importantly, how to give back to yourself, how to use a self-care in a way that promotes your growth, that promotes your journey. I feel like we've lost ourselves a lot, especially with this whole thing that happened these last 2 years. It's like celebrating was selfish, and it's not. It is not. It is very important to celebrate yourself, your winnings, the people around you, their winnings. It's so, so important. So with that said, let's go right to your oracle, what we need to know. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have Death in reverse. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. And then we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Magician upright, and then the Two of Wands. Wow. There's a couple of cards that I feel always come out. The Two of Swords tends to always come out. The Seven of Swords has been coming out lately, and the Magician tends to come out in my bi-weekly picker cards. So to me, that tells me that that there are a lot of people watching that have been watching my bi-weeklies for a very long time, and I'm just going to take a moment of gratitude just to thank you guys. And I just find it awesome how the chronological aspect of it all just flows nicely. Okay, now that I've said that, what we need to know right now is that you don't feel like things are moving fast enough. You don't feel like your fortune is coming fast enough. You don't feel like you feel a little stuck right now, which is normal because you have Death over here in reverse, meaning that there's something that you're resisting. So there is something that you've been resisting, but the transformation is like right there. It's at the tip of your fingers. I don't know what you're resisting. It could have to do with something with this Eight of Pentacles. So something that you've been working on. Maybe it was a relationship that you were working on super hard, or a job, or a friendship, or a family member, and you were just like investing a lot of time and it really wasn't going over there. And I'm kind of sensing like you're still holding on to all that time that you invested, feeling like it was a loss, and you're like, I've spent so much time. I don't want to let this go just yet. But the thing here is that as soon as you let it go, you're going to leave so much space for something better to enter and something miraculous to occur. And nothing has ever gone to waste. You might not understand it right now, but it will come to light eventually. I'm being told also, like, really look into the sunstone. There's maybe purchase one. The sunstone is really a stone for happiness and joy, and just reminding ourselves of the gratitude even in dark times, right? So this resistance, I really feel, is the fact that you have spent a lot of time, and it's just a question of now forgiving yourself for spending so much time, even when you saw the red flags, or even when you knew it was over a long time ago, or when you knew you needed to get out or stop, or whatever you knew you needed to do. And also forgive the situation. If you can't forgive the person, if it is a person, forgive the situation, right? As soon as you forgive, you release energy. You allow things to let go naturally. So this is your situation. This is what we need to know right now. I do feel ascension is coming. You have these wings are very prominent to me right now, like they're sticking out. So the ascension is coming. I feel like there will be a big change very soon. Your wheel will start turning again, but you really need to allow the ending of something that was taking a big part of your life. Kind of has a same message as my group 2s. Maybe look into that if you are attracted to both piles. And remember, only take what resonates with you. Now, we're going to what we need to know. So there's somebody that is not in your best interest. I feel this is someone who's just really, really not good with themselves. They don't feel happy. They don't feel content. And they're a little jealous. They're really jealous about all the good stuff that are coming in. They kind of wish they were with you. They might be feeling sorry or sad about of themselves, kind of in that victim state, but more mentally, not really showing it, if that makes sense. Like they kind of wish they had done things differently, or they kind of have a little bit of hope, but this hope is kind of rotten. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. It could be self-sabotage, but I'm really feeling the vibe of somebody else right now. Now, what's really interesting though is that part of this, of what's going on with this person, is that you're kind of manifesting it, and it has something to do with you not letting this person go. The resistance of death, the resistance of not letting things die naturally is creating a vortex over here where the person is still attached to you, but it's only your making. You see how there's like the channel over here, whatever this woman is manifesting, and it's coming down through this death, right? That's how I'm sensing it. Like it's really just you manifesting this kind of sabotaging. And this is where it's, like I said, this is where it's going. So it's really for you to start making a decision and concrete decisions on non-negotiables, right? There's no time for compromise. It's this or the highway. And I feel like this person, it's funny because I had this message yesterday. I feel like this person, and it was for me, I feel like this person needs, they need concrete actions to actually understand their behaviors, or understand their, just to understand that there's consequences to certain things. So being very precise and being like, this is what I will no longer tolerate. It's this or it's this. Meaning that if this person does, let's say they're really nice with you, but then they do something really shitty, well, you kick them out right away of the house. It doesn't matter if they did all that nice stuff right before they did something shitty. They need to understand that there's consequences, and they only learn through these kinds of behaviors, these kinds of actions. If that makes sense. So you putting your foot down, being like, okay, no, this I will not tolerate. I'm sorry. I need you to leave right now, without negotiating. This is what I mean by the no negotiating anymore. And this is very simple things. And this is stuff that you have the right to do. Also, you have the right to be in a safe environment. You have the right to be heard. You have the right to be understood. You have the right to just feel safe with people that are around you. And if you don't feel safe, then putting your foot down is that much, it's like that much important, that's much more important, right? So that's where I'm getting this vibe here. You're going to start learning the non-negotiables, and you're going to start really incorporating different tactics to be like, no, I'm sorry, I will not tolerate this anymore. Thank you, but you gotta, leave, or you gotta do this, or I don't want to see you for maybe a week, 2 weeks. If this is work related, same thing, non-negotiables. I mean, you need to get paid for everything you do, right? That's the whole point of a work exchange. That's the whole point of working in a company, right? You're selling your you're selling your time. You're selling your your expertise for them to grow their company, right? So there's a lot of non-negotiables, and I really feel like whatever the situation is, whether it's a person or work or coworker or whatever it is, it's time to really address your values and, more importantly, what you will no longer tolerate, and then take according actions. You don't have to be an asshole or a bitch about it, but consequences will be very important for this person because that's the way they learn. Never ending story. Wow, it kind of goes back to like this ongoing cycle, this vortex that we have over here. So the never ending story is like you keep doing and embarking on the same behaviors, which creates this loop and this cycle that never ends, and you're kind of stuck there, right? We're going to read a book. I find it pretty on point. 30 Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary drama. So the Oracle's message, the general one, is there is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humility, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not see that, lest your words come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost pieces of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story. Being true to yourself. Oops, sorry. Did I just say that again? You are not your story. And a narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part. Small and vulnerable and easily soothed. We'll also read a relationship one because I feel like it's necessary. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other, more complex reasons. Shame, fear, intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. However, consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you've woven about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old stories. It comes back to the death, right? Have compassion for the parts of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. And that's another thing too, right? Maybe this ongoing cycle, maybe this person that entered your life, or the situation that entered your life, is because you had, if it is love, you had a rotten image of love, or you had this unlimiting belief around love, and to find those limiting beliefs and to kind of nip them in the butt will be very important. Same thing for work. Maybe there was something work related that you believed about work, and that's another thing that you might need to nip in the butt, right? Find these limiting beliefs, and it might be the thing that is keeping you from the actual metaphorical death. We can also read prosperity for those that is in regards to work. Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you are afraid of all the good that is coming your way, so you step out of your line, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures, financial insecurities scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling this story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Telling your story and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. Exactly. Telling yourself a different story comes back. Same thing with work. This is your affirmation for the next 2 weeks. I release all that I owe with my abundance mojo. I release all that I owe with my abundance mojo. This is a great quote. When you are cruising through the debt gremlin neighborhood, remember that you will make it out if you keep your wheels whirling. Debt and abundance can either help or hinder you, depending on how you use them. Debt can kickstart abundant businesses, and abundant businesses can fold into debt. But both are extensions of your energy. To fill your life with more abundance, release your attachment to your debts. Repeat, I release all my debts, which no longer serves my growth. I allow abundance to flow into my life to support my growth. Let me say that again. I release all my debts, which no longer serves my growth. I allow abundance to flow into my life to support my growth. Put emotions and specificity into your requests. This triggers your subconscious brain to make decisions that will beat down all the debt gremlins, mofos, and juice your money mojo. That is a great quote. And your stone, your card, but it's a stone, garnet. Love, inspiration, and commitment. Look into garnet for more information. I'm going to give you a little bit, but this is probably a stone that will be good for you to work with. The primary chakra is root. The vibrational number is 11. Astrological sign is Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo. I am passionate with the love I give and receive. Garnet is a stone of enlightenment, bringing vibrancy to the darkest times in life. It ignites ideas and inspires fulfillment. It attracts joy and hope while tempering anger and worry. It stimulates willpower and courage. Interesting. Maybe the courage to forgive. And the associated herb is Crocosmia montebrettia. Love, confidence, emotion. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a beautiful red herb flower, I believe. There you go. And that's it for this beautiful bi-weekly pick a card reading. I feel like the messages have just flowed out of me. This is definitely something that all of you needed to hear right now. I am so happy that you've joined me and you watched me this far. And let me know if any of this has resonated in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Maybe sooner, who knows? Ciao.